Hello and welcome to Sunday Stretchies. I am Kiera with Popshine Fitness. Got a little bit of a different stretch for us today. I'd like to do some seated stretches and I'd like to reduce our time as well. So we're only going to stretch for 5 minutes. Sometimes that's all you have, and sometimes you're at the office or at the library or at the park where maybe it's a little awkward to be doing your stretches down on the ground. So in situations like that, I want to provide some options for stretches that you can do while seated to make you feel a little bit looser. So we'll go ahead and put 5 minutes on the clock and we'll get started. So first off, I'm going to scooch myself back on my bench here. I'm going to bring one knee up and I'm going to take my ankle and drape it over my knee of my leg that's staying down on the ground. So this is my left leg and it's coming up on top of my right leg, which is staying flat on the ground. Now what I'll do is I'll take my left hand, same as my bent knee, and I'll ever so gently press on that knee. Make sure you relax your leg with this. If you're tensing your leg, you're not really going to feel that stretch so much. Now, rather than just pushing and really getting after it and being crazy and pushing super hard, what I'd like you to do instead is gently push and release. Gently push and release. So rather than this be a very strong static stretch, we are opting instead for a more dynamic stretch. It feels a little bit better for us. I wouldn't be surprised if you can barely see any movement in my leg at all on the camera while I'm doing this. You might see more movement in my upper body as I push my leg forward. All right, let's switch legs. Scoot yourself however you're comfortable. It helps if your seat is not taller than the 90-degree angle that your shin and knee make. So this bench is actually a little bit tall for me. In an ideal world, I would be sitting in a slightly lower to the ground chair. That's okay. Sometimes we just work with what we've got. So I'm very, very gently pushing my knee down and letting it come back up. Taking a few breaths here. Do 2 more. All right, let's set that leg down. I'm going to scooch forward to the edge of my chair here, and I'm going to take my hand and ever so gently pull my head. Pulling's not even the right word. It's more like placing the weight of my hand on my head as I tilt my head to one side. Your neck can be a very temperamental thing. I'm sure we've all been in a situation where we sneezed too hard or slept on our neck wrong and then we couldn't turn our head for several days afterwards because of the pain. So we want to be super gentle as we stretch our neck. We'll go ahead and switch to the other side. You might notice that I'm actually swaying a little bit as I'm doing this stretch. Again, just keeping the movement with it. All right, I'm going to bring both hands down and I'm going to look straight up at the sky. And I love this one because I feel this in my, what is this? Your chin, your neck? That spot underneath your jaw right here. I love the way that feels. Stretch that out. You don't need to use your hands for this one. And I'll come back up to center. And I'm going to drop my chin to my chest. If you'd like to use your hands with this, you can. That would look like it's taking both hands behind your head and very gently pushing your chin to your chest. Not really necessary, but if you like the feel of that, you're welcome to give it a whirl. All right, we'll bring that head back up to center. Reset however you need. Now let's stretch our arms a little bit. I'm going to take one arm, pull it across the body. This is one we've done lots of times. Very basic stretch. Again, I'm kind of swaying side to side a little bit. Take that same arm, come up overhead, grab the elbow. Now, I personally don't have a lot of shoulder mobility, so I kind of collapse forward during this one, which is not ideal. In a perfect world, I would be nice and tall, and shoulder would go a little further behind my head. But alas, not where I'm at in my flexibility journey. We'll switch hands. One arm up across the body now, it's straight. We're holding it with the opposite hand. And we'll take that same arm up overhead, grab the elbow. We'll take both arms down. Lace your fingers. Oh, here's our timer. Lace your fingers together and flip your hands inside out and straighten your arms. If you'd like, you can also collapse in. This is what it looks like from the side. Collapsed in. So originally I was tall like this. I collapsed down. What I like to do is really pull my shoulders forward, and I feel a nice stretch all across the trapezius in my back. We'll finish by taking those hands, clasping them behind us again. I will turn sideways so you can see. Grab them tight. Straighten those arms. Try to arch that back and look up at the sky if you can. This one might be a little bit tough with some of your chairs. You can kind of tuck your hands between where the seat and the backrest goes. You can give that a whirl, or just sit a little further forward on your chair. All right, my friends, that was 5 minutes of stretches. I suppose the purpose of Sunday stretchies, I always say Sunday stretchies, so more likely than not, you're not actually working, but you might be, or you know what, you might be on the couch, right? Maybe you don't want to stand up to do your stretches, or you don't want to get down on the ground to do your stretches. So Sunday stretchies in the chair could be Sunday stretchies on a bench, could be Sunday stretchies on the couch, could be Sunday stretchies in bed. It's whatever feels best for your body in the moment. So I hope that was a nice way to prepare your mind and your body for the week. Great job. We'll see you next time.